Councilman Ewald doesn't want to be on camera, I guess, but he's going to be right now. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. You might not be interested, but you don't mind. Amanda, you don't live up here, do you?
I don't.
Do you live in South? Oh, thank you.
You work in Southmont.
I work at
Keep it anyway. There you go, Bob. You don't live in the borough, do you? Well, you can have one anyway.
Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah. Mayor, council, either. Dog catcher, sure. Whatever you'd like. Thanks, Bob. Phone's dying. The battery in my phone's dying. I got almost 3 years out of it, but it's not holding a charge anymore. The one I ordered was supposed to be here today. I ordered on a Thursday next day, not thinking, you know what I mean, that it's coming UPS, it's not going to be, and it didn't show up today. It'll be here tomorrow. It won't be, but it'll be here tomorrow. It's a newsstand. It'll be here tomorrow. You know, everything comes from, newsstand first, so yeah. It'll be. Mayor, council, whatever. I wasn't gonna run. Yeah. in February I had no desire, but I've heard more people telling me that I was running than, really am I? So, sure.
We're gonna finish that little section of State Street comments. Langhorne, Broadway, Cool Alley. That makes sense.
Just coming later. Hold on. Here, so I don't have to get up again. Thanks. Yeah.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Anthony Piper. Here. Doug Harry is not here. Richard Berger. Here. Herb Ewald. Eugene Pachella. Here. Matthew Becker. Here. Bob Morgan. Here. Jerry Spiker. Here. Public comment, we ask to limit your time to 5 minutes. Anybody with public comment? Bob Walker.
Bob Walker, State Street. I have a question. Who's in charge of enforcing the ordinances in this borough? I see a lot of things that are happening that no one does anything about. For instance, snow removal. I know one area 2 blocks long that no one has touched the snow on those sidewalks. Of course, we have situations where we have high weeds now, and I noticed our crew from the borough was cutting weeds. There was an article in the last newsletter about sidewalks. The committee was being formed to look in and get the sidewalk straightened out. That's been a couple of years I've seen that same note in the newsletter. The sidewalks haven't been touched. As far as I know, no one's doing anything about it. As far as building permits, I'm on the committee that rules on, we have a discussion about it, but I look around and I see sheds put up in yards. So I asked the person in charge of our zoning, and she said, yes, we have to have a permit to put a shed in the yard. I asked one person, and they said, no, we don't have to have a permit because you can pick that shed up and move it. Or you are zoning people, you have to have a permit. I know 4 that have been put up within the last couple of years. Some of them are illegal, and where they sit on their property, nothing's being done about it. We had a situation about a fence right up here on Thorburn that's in court now, and the people involved went and did one heck of a lot of research. They put out a book. Amanda has my copy of the book, not my copy, it's Amanda's now. And it went over in depth all the properties that put up illegal construction. Nothing's been done about it. One, in particular, it said permit was issued. At the end of it, it says not legal. It's still there. So who's in charge of enforcing the rules around here? You make rules and regulations. No one does anything about it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want to speak for just a moment, and I want to expound on what he said for a moment regarding enforcement of zoning things. It's pretty selective in Southmont. I know that. I've seen that. I've been witness to it. I've been on the receiving end of the zoning officer and his scrutiny. But then there are also people who get special privileges. People sitting behind that desk, they get special privileges. Herb, you were talking about Mr. Walker was talking about movable structures, but there's a council member that put in a permanent structure in the setback, okay, and on my street on his side, I believe it's 40 feet is what the setback is. I've inquired. I've asked the borough manager about what the deal is. I've done right to know requests for any permits, any permit applications, and I've got nothing back. So to answer your question, Mr. Walker, I mean, at least from my perspective as a public person, it depends on who you are, is if they're going to enforce the zoning office, the zoning things. Okay, if there's you don't like somebody, okay. If you're a member of council, you can do whatever you want, okay? That's what I wanted to speak to about that, okay? But I have some questions onto what I actually came here to talk about. I have a question about is 17 on the agenda, new business, old business. The Diamond Boulevard playground designs. Is that new business? Is that new, or is that new business, or is that old? Because I'm just curious about what's going on. If what any improvements are going to happen to the Diamond Street playground. I'm all for something like that. I mean, I don't really go there or anything, but I know it's there, and I know it hasn't probably had anything done to it in a while. But I was just curious if you guys what's going on with that. And you seem, Amanda, you seem eager to.
I was just gonna say it's new business. We're just gonna apply for grant funding there to get the designs. It's on the agenda.
Okay, yeah, thank you. I was just curious because that would be great. Any kind of improvements to the borough as far as like playgrounds and things for the public. That's I'm all for something like that. I hope we can do stuff like that. Really. That's money well spent, and I hopefully we can get something like that. And years ago, I actually, right when I graduated from high school, I worked for a summer with the Westmont Rec Commission, and they had teenagers and stuff, guys that fresh out of high school. We maintained all those playgrounds, and so I don't know if that's still something you guys can do to get maybe get help if you need help for Sam to do any work, if they can help with the playgrounds or anything. But yeah, and the last thing I wanted to say is I've been asked by many of my neighbors if I was running for anything this year, and I hadn't planned on it, so I decided just to, if anybody wants to write me in for any of the open seats or anything that's available this primary, that would be super. And thank you. And that's all I had for today. Thanks. Yep.
Yeah, I don't think it took the full 5 minutes.
You can have whatever I have left.
I don't know whether the people noticed in the paper, the Southmont Borough Council is asking their street people to look for violations, like I brought up. And if they find them, I don't know for sure whether they can issue a, what's called a ticket, or turn it into the proper authority to get it handled. My whole point is, our street crew is going around all the time, and I don't think any of you people get the coverage that they do. They would see the violations, and if they would turn it in under your auspices to the proper person, maybe we could get some of these things eliminated. Thank you.
Thank you. Correspondence, I'm sorry. Peter, we had,
No, we had just tabled the approval of the lowest bid from the last meeting, which was Quaker Sales at $150,554.20.
so that was the paving bid, and we're ready for a motion to accept
Yes.
the bid. So we'll get that
Second.
motion made, seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Correspondence, correspondence received by John Planter, and it has been included in your packets. Minutes, I need approval of the minutes for the April 21st meeting.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. West Hills Regional Police, do we have anything, Chief?
Yeah, just looked already in their package, the police department had 423 calls for service Monday, April. 94 of those were in Southmont Borough. That includes 12 traffic citations.
Any questions for the Chief?
Chief, the speed warning, what, is that helping?
The one that you bought,
Yeah.
I don't have the data for your side. Which that should show whether cars are slowing down or, but, if you get access to that, then they'll help. They have been proven effectively somewhat. That shows the cars do slow down. The sign, if you download the data, it shows that their top speed is where they hit the sign, and then our average speed as we're going through, and it shows that the
Do you have access to those figures?
the yours, no, the West ones I do.
So you have to get those numbers from manual.
Yes, and there should be a way to access those signs through Wi-Fi, and you download it to an app, and print it out in a spreadsheet.
Would it be helpful to get a report maybe every week, every month, maybe?
Every month, whatever, yeah.
Yeah, we should be starting the monthly reports at the next meeting.
We have to sign that, right?
Yeah, they're on that right now.
It's what, one, and we're looking
Just
at
one, yeah.
Any other questions for the police chief? Thank you. Fire company is not here. They did put a detailed, letter in our packets, and, Jubilee's coming up. I know that Pepsi got delivered this morning, early, so they're starting to prepare, and, is everything we can do to help. I'm sure they probably need volunteers. Is anybody voted on that?
Well, in the past, the council people have volunteered their time, and that has since gone away. I think we could at least support our fire department and get on a given hour or two. It's not gonna hurt you.
Okay, and so, would we contact Steve if we wanted to, Got more information on that? Is that who to contact her about
Jim Corval,
Jim Cardwell?
he's the president.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. So if anybody's interested in helping out or attending, it's coming up next week. So the rain will start. All right, engineers report.
I wanted to update council on the borough roof replacement project, secure vestibule, ADA restroom. That job is out to bid, advertised. Currently, we have 4 plan holders. Have a pre-bid meeting this Wednesday, so probably flush out some questions. But bids will be open. I think it's standing at 2 weeks from this Wednesday. So should be ready to act on that at your next meeting.
Are you opening this up at a meeting, Amanda, or? Are you just gonna present them with the council?
We'll probably open them at the meeting.
Okay, and just as a reminder, tomorrow's election, and it is down at the church instead of here, so direct your neighbors, can you put signs up in there? Yep. Okay. So that'll,
Are they behind on the renovation to it? The reason they moved it down there? Because we still could close it.
Well, they want permission in like February, so we weren't sure. I just let them know that that might be happening at this time.
it's probably a good thing if we're voting on in November to get people acclimated. So it's not done, for the November election.
Yeah, final completion should be November 10th. But we'll see.
And so then everybody will receive another letter switching them back to voting here again?
Yeah, if we're gonna switch it back here, we'll put some notices out. It might be easier just to keep it down there, but
I've not heard any. I do not have any good feedback about that.
We've looked at pools in the code book for many, many, many years. And just not conducive to have this many people.
Right.
And you put that double amount of people in there.
Yeah.
There's no place to park. It's a bad situation.
Yeah.
We should do everything on our part to get it.
To get back here, and that's what I heard from the community also.
Here, here.
we should be
Here,
able
here.
to. It's saying, they're expecting substantial completion by October 27th, so it should be done enough to have people here. So yeah, if we're gonna have it back here, we'll get some notices out.
Yeah, I guess everybody received a voting card,
Yeah.
and then they'll switch that back when we switch it back to here.
Yeah.
Okay, zoning reports. There is a report in the packet of what we are working on. There was a court date scheduled, did that happen?
As far as I know, I haven't heard anything
Yeah,
about it.
that's 5/25. Who attends those courts? Laura. And we don't have any information back on that?
No, I can check it for tomorrow to see how that went, or if it happened, or.
And there is a page that we receive in our borough packets of all the permits that are issued for work that is done. And all I can say is if anyone sees anything that is being done without a permit, you would have to notify the borough about that, and we would follow up on it, just like we have on the one fence issue that is still in the works.
Sure, how long, I mean, some of this goes back to 23. It's getting a little bit old and stale. What were our plans to release at least 23, 120 model car, and the rest are 23?
There were a series of other ones that were initially on this report that I prepared, complaints to follow the courthouse in Evansburg, not to the magistrate, the court of common pleas, but those aren't any of these cases. I can review with oral municipal inspections. These are, I said, no one to be voting. I can follow up with them and see what the issue is some of them indicate that there's some progress made, but some of them indicate that they're in the process. I can follow up with them, and those specific 5 cases you're talking about, see where they proceed on, or there's something, the borough itself is taking action.
The story hardly ever changes, it's the same thing month after month, so they just push a button and print it, you know what I mean? I'd like to see some action on this stuff.
And then maybe if there's, we have a much longer list than this, and things have been taken care of. So the only thing we're seeing now is the one, and a lot of these, from what I understand, when they're LLCs, or you can't get a hold of people, there are issues.
The ones that I prepared specific complaints are these LLCs and what remains of those. One with individual private property owners, those are the people obviously going to be identified. There should be much different processes to be taken to be that should be enforcement actions. Let me find out what, not looking at the report, we don't know exactly what the issue is. If it's called grass, if it's something other than that.
These LLCs, you can't go after the person who pays the tax, is that correct?
Well, usually the property owner is the LLC. So the LLC is,
So
the entity is what's responsible.
why are they holding us up as far as getting this stuff taken care of?
Who was moral inspection or?
Well, he's been on this report since 23, you know what I mean? Get me hold.
I'll find out at least for that one LLC that's listed on this report what the issue is.
I'd like to see by next meeting, I'd like to see some different changes in the status of what this is, because the way it looks is no follow-up. I mean, I know you've been working hard to get something done, but some of these properties just ridiculous.
I'll inquire more on this, where these specific 5 cases stand.
Well, and then on some of them, I mean, the status is report continued, scheduled full court, and so these are moving along. But it's just a matter of doing the process. We can't go in and tell somebody to do it, and the only recourse we have is the legal process, because of private property rights, so.
And it just depends on what the nature of why they're on this report, what's the underlying problem? Is it uncut grass, is it something different?
That goes away.
It goes away, that comes back again. Just gotta figure out exactly what the specific issue is, whether there's
And,
problem.
and what is our, I think in the meantime, as council, we could look at what are our other options, and when does the contract come due with Laurel, and when do we need to give them a notice if we are going with someone else? Because we switched from one person, Mark Walker, to Laurel, and, you know.
When is Laurel's term up?
I believe it's February, my department is February
The next year?
2026.
But I think there's like, what, 60
I
days?
think it's 60 to 90 days.
Yeah,
That doesn't mean we can't do something
we
ourselves.
approve sending that notice. The admin committee needs to schedule a meeting to kind of discuss with them.
So we need to make sure that notice goes out
Yeah.
on
I know.
time, so they can't come back and say to us. But in the meantime, we need options as to who else there is, because people didn't renew Mark Walker's contract, now we're moving on to Laurel, so what other options do we have at this point? And so I think over the next meeting or two, we need to discuss, or in committees, where we're gonna head as far as that goes.
Yeah, when I spoke with Doug, he was planning on scheduling an admin meeting to start talking about that.
This second entry on here, property owner receives summons and calls the office. Does it all end there? Or, I mean, if they got a summons, they call the office, big deal. I can call the office, go on one of the days, we don't do something.
That report of that?
Well, that would be the judge's decision that the party has the right to file an appeal to the Commonwealth Court if they're not satisfied.
Okay. All right, Commissioner report, Sam.
I have, something more to, add to our report. Questions on this? Andy holds up on the hill street. Find something, throw it in. I don't mean to be smart, but I just wonder when they're gonna get the streets cleaned up, whether it should be cleaned up. And if not, why? Like, you take in front of Doug's house, that looks like a third world country, that street coming down there. That'd be a shame if all this weird solution.
Now, the one thing I noticed, Sam, you had the mulch, to mulch the playground on your upcoming items. My question is, if we're applying for the grants, should we be doing any work over there until we find out if we're getting it? Or?
The grant is just to get the designs ready, and then implementation of that would open us up to get more grant funding to actually implement that plan. So it's probably, yeah, so it's gonna be a little bit.
Okay.
Sam, what about this stuff that's laying along the road? There's leaves from last fall, believe it or not. And that needs to be cleaned up. That should have been cleaned up a month ago.
They're still coming down. Our big old eggs still, they're just falling down now.
No, they're not new.
Yeah, no,
They're caught along the curb.
but we're.
They are not new. They laid there for a couple of months.
Yeah, the wind's
And
down.
you look at Daisy Street, well, I drive through this borough, I know what's going on. Now, apparently, some people don't. I don't know who they are, but they don't do it. And that Daisy Street looks terrible. I mean, it's not our borough, it's not the way our borough was, and it's not the way it should be. And I hope it's not the way it's gonna be. You gotta get this place cleaned up.
Sam, I wanted to thank you for your extra work with the trees that have all come down. Did you get the eagle's nest? Did you save it?
No, I was up on the offer.
So it wasn't in the Southmont part. So,
I don't think we need to make an accounting of every school that's cleaned up. They all need cleaned up. Just get them done. And don't take any report. People see this stuff. People know what's going on in this part. And there's some people who are not very happy. They've talked to me, and I'm just waiting for somebody to make a move.
Amanda, manager's report.
I have nothing further unless you've got questions.
Mayor's report. Okay, admin does not hear. Amanda, was there anything from admin?
Nothing new.
Community planning, Richard.
That effort's moving forward. As I reported last time, the Cambridge County Planning Commission circulated or advertised rather a request for proposals. They received 3 proposals for the 5 municipality comprehensive plan. The unanimous selection of the 5 municipalities is a Stewart group, which is headquartered in Indiana, Pennsylvania, but has it's a really kind of cooperative proposal submitted by 4 different groups: the Stewart Group, Eads, Upstreet Architects, and Michael Baker International, which brings some real power to the comprehensive plan. And they were clearly, and there was a real good one from Western Europe, but again, the local sub was not going to be able to work. I'm very pleased with the way this is going. The plan should start in July. We did a lot of outreach. They're forming a steering committee. Right now we have one representative from each municipality. The planning commission has asked that we appoint, the municipalities appoint a second alternate to attend meetings, as well as anybody with special expertise who, should be considered to join the steering group, steering committee, which will have, particularly in the beginning, we'll meet with they have at least one meeting with the entire group. So if you have any suggestions, I suggest you send those to Doug Barry, who will make some points for the committee. Does that sound like a good strategy? Or if you have them now, let me know, and I'll pass them on. So it's, it will take about 18 months once it starts to be completed.
So is it something we need to put on next? We need to appoint somebody else on next month's agenda?
Yeah, that would just be up to Doug to, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Richard. Emergency management.
Yeah, we had some emergency operations plan updates for council to review, consider approval for. Included in the packet, more specifically, there was updates to the emergency radio frequencies and also to the peaceful emergency conditions and resources.
I'd ask for everybody here to check their phone numbers. And mine was wrong, or my address was wrong, so mine was wrong. So your name's on the list, check it, and make sure the phone number and address is right on there. Did you put the report together, Anthony? Thank you for the time on that. Do we need to approve these updates? Yeah. Okay, so I need a motion to approve the updates that we're going to put before you.
I'll make that motion.
I need a second.
Second.
All in favor? Second. Opposed? The motion carries. Thanks for the work on that. Financing, the audit was done, and the auditor came in and reviewed it with us, and everything looks good. We didn't have any, what do they call them when they suggest that you change something? We didn't have any this year. So usually they're just kind of bookkeeping errors or whatever, but this year I'm going to have reports on it. Greater Johnstown Water Authority.
So Water Authority, correctly, if I didn't know, we received grant funding for the North Reservoir. And construction should start as soon as the first bids are received and accepted. They're also undergoing some water line replacement, replacing main line water in parts of Westmont by Plaza. That construction is going on from the gas company. We're trying to piggyback on the back of that so that we don't run up the road twice and save some funding that way. That's going to be going on for the next 10 years to make that happen system-wide. So we're going not just the main lines, but eventually from the main line to your home. That is now no cost to anyone directly. Water, but not as a personal homeowner. And that's it.
Question, maybe you said something, so I didn't hear you did. Where do they stand on, what's the status of the lead thing? They're supposed to be replaced.
Yeah, that's what I was just talking about. All the water lines that they're replacing right now in Westmont are to
So what, Southmont's next up to bat?
Well, right now, we're trying to do it, unfortunately, Southmont, and this is my own interpretation of things. Southmont has a lot of the gas lines already replaced. So I don't know if it's going to be a high priority since we're trying to piggyback on the gas companies digging things up right now. But that legislation came through during the Biden administration. We think it's still going to be in place, and the mandate is still applicable.
Well, I got a letter and I just put it on the file.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for them to.
That was a required letter, it was part of that legislation that you had to be notified as to what your status of your lines were. It's up then to the water authority to decide how in the next 10 years that's gonna happen.
And are we still waiting for permits for Northwood?
No, permits that we were done, we received the endless loans, and now we're waiting for bids to come in for the construction, which should take place this summer.
And then we have to spend that in a certain period of time.
So we've been waiting for all kinds of the permits.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah, that's the meeting minutes every time, it's, well, there's no way.
They never hold still that long for us to make payments.
Right.
Northport's a high hazard, it's labeled a high hazard dam, so, it's very important that it gets done.
It is our main source of water for the authorities.
Okay, thank you, Chief. Personnel, any other personnel? I mean, there's nothing I'm aware of, okay? Police,
Nothing else for the institution.
and, Matt, anything on the sidewalks? Like, what is your committee doing?
Well, when I talked to Doug not too long ago, he wants to wait a little bit until we put something more together with these sidewalks. He's looking for grants to see what's available. But he mentioned to me about waiting a little bit until we put something in place.
So right now, I know Amanda is, on transfer of properties, Amanda is going out checking sidewalks, right? Correct?
No, we just let them know that in the future that may become, they're gonna be inspected, so that may be, maybe
You're
it's
not,
not the future.
you're not looking at sidewalks right now.
Right, that's one of the things that he wanted to wait a little bit until
Okay.
that was sorted out.
Yeah, because basically the people will be responsible for replacing their own sidewalk. And there's other things we can do, down the road. We can put on transfer that sidewalks have to be inspected, that type of thing. But currently, we do not have any ordinances to that effect. Okay, anything else on that committee? No. And the shade trees, we lost a bunch, Richard, what are we gonna do about that?
Amanda told me there were, pen line cut down a couple trees. Did we confirm that?
They did, and they put some down on our property and on the corner, Wildwood and.
Yeah, so those are more than likely gonna get replaced with our bare root tree grant.
But, we have a, ordinance that requires a permit and approval, and is pen line exempt.
No, so we're gonna kind of educate them on what our process is.
Well, they do theirs through business.
Yeah.
Sounds like they're trying to, avoid the application, but
Yeah, I just don't think they were aware they needed a permit.
Sherry, I think when I came on this council, Bill Trevor told me he was never gonna, tell anybody they had to plant a tree in front of their house. And, I think enforcement's a big issue here. I think the way I would approach this, if we can get this funding from DCNR to do the inventory of street trees, then we'll tell everybody, we know that you have 3 trees and they're, describe them as well, know their size, their condition, and we can make the homeowner responsible at that point in time. Right
it's, when someone like Dr. What's his name up in, well, when people are compliant, we do review it, but, yeah. I think there's been a lot of people just cutting trees.
But we,
And I'm not sure.
old trees that have rotted and split and come down on the streets.
We'll know that.
We lost a lot, just in this neighborhood, we lost a lot. When they called me and she's like, there's 10 trees that we just lost. What are you gonna do about it?
Shade trees, tree trees?
Yes.
Because I,
Easement trees. Yeah, no, easement trees, yeah.
well, once we get an inventory, I'm optimistic. Now, the other thing I have to report is, I gotta say, I'm low at this point. The Community Foundation, we'd asked them for a $7,500 matching grant. And they did come through with a $1,200. So we do have some funding. If we don't get the grant, we'll have to return it to the Community Foundation. We should know the state's intention about the urban forestry, kind of inventory and project in general. And plan accordingly.
And that's our Southmont Borough's property.
Yeah,
Trees
it's all,
on Southmont
it's all shade trees. And we have, part of the tree expert do inventories, and so I have that database. And then we'll do, the goal, just so we're talking about, won't bring this up, the goal is not just to do the inventory and assessment, but also to reactivate the Shade Tree Advisory Committee, so that we have trained volunteers who do, update the inventory and do actual work, And there's a tree tenders program by the Pennsylvania Horticultural Society to do the training.
Okay, so if someone lost an easement tree, a street tree, and the storms, is there a program right now for them to ask that?
It's very loose. We push on for next year's, we get 20 trees.
Okay.
Yeah, I already have probably about 12 trees that have been requested for next year.
I have a question, Amanda. Any work that Cameron does, who pays the bill? Do they bill us?
It's been on.
That's about,
Well, so,
they have, what, an above ground easement? Is that how much?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's been, again, that line, utility, tree trimming companies everywhere are notorious for that.
That one down
Yeah,
to nothing.
they're not, arborists, they're out to, keep vegetation away from their lawns. They ruin trees. And it's, it's difficult to deal with. West Lawn has this problem. I think the world is sort of, we can't treat it with power.
But see, that's all our sidewalk.
Plant a short tree.
Yeah, that's all our sidewalk, all our sidewalk trees.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that makes Southmont so nice, is that we do have the sidewalks and the trees, so it's.
Yeah, but there are trees that are better than others, tend to go down rather than shallow and give up the sidewalk. So that's another thing we'll do through this.
So we're working on the trees.
What'll be, what's appropriate for sidewalk, keeping our sidewalks.
And the other thing, the next meeting, whether somehow we need to remind people they have to get permits before they cut those easement trees down, because they're just cutting them down and without permits.
With our, I don't know, Wendy, again, I brought up tomorrow, saying that, again, even with our current new shade tree ordinance, there's up to a $300 fine, and I think 30 days in jail.
So we would,
So, if you want to get some,
enforce there. I personally received a couple of phone calls about trees this last storm. All right. Okay, is that it, Richard? Okay. New business, old business, we have a resolution that came out in the packet. We need approval of resolution 2025-5. This is authorizing the application of Greenway Trail and Recreation Program grants for the Diamond Boulevard and playground design. So this would, it was in your packet, and it's saying that Doug and Amanda can sign for these. And then the first one is the $12,500 grant from the Commonwealth for the design of the Diamond Boulevard playground. So I need a motion to, accept this resolution.
I'll make that motion.
Okay. So the motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. It's resolution 2025-5. And then we have a resolution 2025-6. This is for the Open Space Network Plan Grant, another grant for $12,500 from 7 Alleghenies for the playground design again. So I need a motion to accept that resolution.
Make that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Those are just for the design, so hopefully we can get some money, get something done on those. Okay. So,
We under new business.
yes, we're still under new business code.
I'd like to make a proposal that I take charge of maintenance of vehicles, won't cost this council nothing. I'll take care of it. We do have a maintenance program, I think it goes deep enough. We need to maintain a vehicle. The sweeper is a great example, lack of maintenance. And, I will take care of all the maintenance records in my computer. It's not gonna cost this for a thing. All I have to have is a comment from each time they do something to that vehicle, I wanna know about it. Cause I'm gonna have a log sheet for each vehicle. And that goes from hand power tools, I don't care what it is. See, we need that in a big way because we lost the compressor on the street sweeper because they didn't clean the dirt off of the tank. It was water in the tank out. Of course, it ran into the compressor. As long as that vehicle was right, the compressor was right. And it's supposed to cycle. So it's just more the guts of it because it never gets shut off. And then, you know, other things, that thing's been out almost 2 months now. You know, it's not really working the way it should. But that's my proposal. I mean,
Okay, so it's not on the agenda, so we cannot take any action on that.
what can it be on the next?
You would have to,
Yeah, it has to be on the agenda for the 24 hours a day. Leave it at that on the agenda.
Well, I'm on the next.
okay, so now we're on to business items, food verification of payroll, any motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approval payment of the bills,
So moved.
all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Approval of the transfers from 418, 29 to 519, 25. Motion,
Move.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And approve the treasurer's report for April 2025. I need a motion.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
So moved, and I need a motion to accept the tax collector's report for April 2025.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all in favor? Okay, no other business, the meeting is adjourned. I need a motion for
So
that.
moved.
Second.
Second.
Meeting is adjourned.
Oh, that's just gonna be a mess. Hey, Bob.
Kind of gray line, but
For something that vehicles like parking.
yeah, call them.
Because, we have. It's right by one more.
See you, Sherry.
Yeah.
Somebody rode an e-bike here. Cool. Bike here. That looks like quite the machine. No, what is it? Yeah. I mean, I know they exist, but I never actually saw one. Yeah.
So, on my display here, they're massive. Let me hold that for you.
Yeah.
Try to lift that.
Oh my God, yeah. Wow.
So I think most of the battery moves the bike.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So anyway, here's
How far can you go? Do you have to pedal all the time, or can you just twist the throttle and go?
this is a pedal assist.
Okay, so you have to pedal all the time. All right, well that's cool.
Yeah. So right now I have 82% charge left, but
Okay.
I've already done 12 miles today.
How far can you go?
Depends on how heavily you use the battery.
Right.
So there's an eco mode. It says sport right now. But eco is the lowest assist.
Okay.
Sport and then turbo.
Yeah.
Which is what I'll use to get home.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
What neighborhood do you live in?
I live up on the top of Hollister Street.
Okay. All right. That'll get you the whole way. That'll get you the whole way back up. You just got to keep spinning it and like.
It will not use 2% of my battery.
Okay. How far can you go?
Well, once again.
I mean, like in terms of like around here, like you can go downtown and back and.
Oh yeah.
Like. You get a rich one.
Around here, I could do 60 miles.
Oh really?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Well,
Look at this machine, man.
I've done close to 60.
Oh wow.
I go out to the Ghost Town Trail. I'll go from like
Okay.
Blairsville to Evansburg and back.
Really?
Yeah, that's like what 70 miles or 60 plus. Yeah.
It's like Jennerstown's doable. You could like ride it, like.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yep. For sure.
Cool. Well, thanks for showing it to me, man. I never had a chance to really like talk to anybody that rode one, but yeah, like that's cool.
Yeah, this is my second one. My other one, it'll only give me about 30 miles.
Okay.
which I would run out and I would notice that
Right.
I was out.
Right. Right.
So you kind of have to plan it, you know, if you're gonna run out and get to the top of the hill.
Yeah. Well, hey, thanks, Gene. I'll see you tomorrow. Are you going to be voting, or did you already vote? Or
Cool. I don't know what time though.
I'll be down there probably most of the day handing out cards. So
So,
you don't mind writing me in for mayor or council? Doesn't matter.
You know who Terry Volkovsky is?
I-
She's an older woman who's been to some of the meetings. She doesn't routinely attend, but she's running for like the election judges.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think Southmont has one open. That's
Right.
That's what she wanted to be.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Terry Vilkossay, I think.
Okay. I'll get it. Yeah.
All right.
Now I will get her.
She may be here. She may be at the polling place. I
Okay.
don't know.
Sounds good, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, you be safe.
Yeah.
I'll see you. So cool. I never saw one of those before. That's kind of a cool thing to see. Anybody watching on my live streams or whatever, thanks for watching. Appreciate you watching. Thanks for stopping by. Do that so you can probably actually hear me. Again, feel like writing me in for borough council or mayor? Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Like what you see, leave a comment. If you don't like what you see, leave a comment. And like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks. Bye-bye. Yes, I want to stop streaming.